Hello, viewers, and welcome to the latest episode of the Huddle. Tim Poole here, editor of Gambling Insider, and I'm with Artur Ashyrov, CTO and Deputy CEO of GR8 Tech. Artur, thanks for joining us.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me and inviting me.
Yeah, looking forward to catching up with you again because we first spoke a couple of years ago at Sigma Malta. Things have moved on for you since then, now Deputy CEO. How's life at GR8 Tech and given those extra responsibilities as well?
As always, life in GR8 Tech is kind of quite busy and fast-paced. What was changed for me, especially, I've a little bit switched my focus more on strategic side of things, I would say. But thankfully, it's a good thing I have a good team that I can, share my part of operational responsibilities. So the transition was good, the tasks are good, trying to make more impact here.
Yeah. Is there much of a difference that you feel day to day, kind of focusing more on the strategic side?
Yeah, I think that the problems that I'm dealing with starting from last year are much, I would say, more uncertain, like with a lot of grayish areas. And I would say they're less focused around technology itself and more focused on, organizational level or even kind of domain level, etc. But it's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So you were in the States and you did something at MIT. I'll let you tell us all about that.
Yeah, I have participated for last 1 year. I was studying, so I enrolled to so-called blended certificate program in MIT. It's a kind of MBA, but for CTOs. So the program is called Chief Technology Officer. Surprise, surprise. But it was really great. So I think like 4 weeks ago I graduated from there, got my kind of diploma, certificate, met all my teammates and stuff, and it was a quite great experience. Like actually to move out from my own professional bubble and to get more perspective from different domains. Like the interesting part about this program is that I have met a lot of wonderful people which are CTOs or they want to become CTOs, but in different domains. So before that, I was, considering CTOs to be only like software engineering, but there are also CTOs in mining facilities, in like I don't know, like warehouses and etc. etc. So yeah, it's it very interesting to get this level of abstraction around technologies where we're still the same occupying the same role, but in very different domains. So I think it's kind of one of the main insights from there.
Yeah, it certainly sounds interesting. A couple of follow-up questions on that, and you can answer them separately if you like. Firstly, how important is it to kind of, I guess, keep training and keep, doing things externally that keep you on top of your trade? Because, it's very tempting to, especially let's say in iGaming, we know iGaming to just stick to what we know. We don't need to learn anything else, but evidently you've learned a lot in kind of this recent course. And a slight follow-up, but maybe slightly separately to what you said, how useful is kind of that experience of working with CTOs and peers in other industries, kind of that outside perspective?
To me, it's very important because, as I said, it gives you another perspective on things, like, the very fresh, I would say, perspective. Because, as you said, and I 100% agree that we know everything about iGaming, we know how to do stuff, the right way to do things, right? But then you just hear some idea from totally another industry, and you're like, okay, why don't I just use that? And so to me it's very important to step out from the iGaming to speak to guys from, I don't know, like companies like Boeing, Lockheed, and stuff, or pharma industry, to hear what problems they have, they need to solve day to day, and share my expertise there. So yeah, to me it's very important, and I think it gives you kind of advantage margin, because the more widely you think, I think the more chances to succeed you have. Basically, that's it.
Yeah.
And also, I think today's world is so fast, and everything changes really fast, that in order to keep up with this, there is no way kind of you can just stand still. You need to move forward every day, learn something new, expand your network, etc., etc.
Yeah, well said. I'm gonna link this conversation to a topic that links to everything at the moment, AI. I want to ask you about Great Tech's approach to AI, but what's interesting is what you've just been saying, that at your kind of course, when you're talking to CTOs from other industries, there's probably a different kind of use of AI, or maybe different approach to AI across all those industries. And even within gaming, there's different levels of use of it, different approaches. How are Great Tech kind of utilizing AI at the moment and going about that?
Well, the interesting thing is that, kind of ironic, is that last time when we talked together, I think we covered this topic as well. And so last time I was, talking about these machine learning models, AI in recommendations, etc., etc. And at that time, 2 years ago, I thought that we're on the edge, like we're kind of it's enough to be innovative. Like 2 years passed, and today I think that we're kind of getting behind. So we need to at the moment at Great Tech, we're trying to find a proper ways to utilize these AI agents to our day-to-day work, as a tools for employees, then for our clients, etc., etc. We have successful projects, we have failed projects already, but anyway, so our approach at the moment is to keep up with all these improvements in AI technologies by trying to adopt agents, LLMs, and stuff like that. And we've built internally, as a part of our strategy, we've built so-called innovation management model. So basically, it's a framework which identifies the life cycle of any innovation. It is important, to make these innovations not for the sake of innovations, then to clearly identify the entry point, how you should describe this innovation project, how you should calculate return on investment, and then very clear exit scenarios. Like, for example, if we did a great, I don't know, let's just take a simple example, like a chatbot or something like that, right? But we see that it's not being used. We don't achieve the business metrics we aim for. We just throw it away and think about next idea, or refresh this idea in some other way. Yeah, so that's our approach at the moment. It's still work in progress. Also, we, as organization, we want to emphasize all this AI, machine learning as important part of our product offering. So recently, I think months ago, we've launched a separate page on our website. You can check it out, related to our artificial intelligence technologies, also with some articles on the matter from our experts.
We're going to return to the innovation management model, and actually one of the phrases you used tips up a future question really nicely. You kind of a spoiler alert there. But I wanted to another question on AI. Still within AI, but slightly different. To the kind of the product offering. So, for example, me as an interviewer over the last couple of years, my approach to AI that's changed as well because when we first started talking about it on a mainstream level within iGaming, I asked everyone, "Is AI going to replace human jobs?" But I think the industry and the whole world we're at a level now where it's not replacing jobs, but it's assisting, it's making kind of data entry tasks easier. Yeah. But something that's been put to me, and I don't know if you'd agree, and this is what I'm asking you really, those that are skilled at using AI models and AI in general, could those that don't really adapt that, are they at risk of being replaced by those who are basically better with AI? So humans remain in jobs, but
but
the humans, yeah, go
on. What I think here is that you said it perfectly well. So AI is a tool, right? It's not I don't really believe it will replace all our jobs. Like it will definitely maybe replace some of I don't know, some of jobs with low expectations on quality or something. But definitely, as you said, I totally agree with that. That it's a great tool that assists you, right? And it will I think it will stay, so we can see that it's useful. We found the market fit for this tool. Everyone is using it, and like as it was with I don't know, like World Wide Web, right? When it emerged, the guys who were able to adapt to this technology were more effective than the ones who didn't. My parents at the moment, for example, I love them very much, but they're not that efficient as me in searching information. That's why, like, let's be honest, I have advantage here just because I know how to use this tool. So yes, the answer is yes. The ones who will know how to use prompt correctly, how to properly use and utilize the tools, fine-tune them for their tasks, they will have advantage.
Yeah, well put. So to bear all that in mind and to go back to the innovation management model, which you already mentioned, tell us a little bit more about it. But you made a key point there, not having innovation for innovation's sake. In iGaming, how do you achieve that balance?
Well, you can achieve that balance once I think there are kind of main pillars for that, right? So first of all, you need to kind of visualize your innovations portfolio, right? Then you need to categorize them by the means of, like, for example, some of them will be disruptive innovations, like, these crazy ideas that no one ever pulled off, but you want to pull it off and try to get new market segment. That's disruptive innovations. Then there is supportive innovations. That the difference between them is that disruptive innovations are kind of innovations that have longer return on investment. So you need to invest to them, and you have longer period of time for getting back your money and actually make it kind of financially successful, right? And then there is sustainable supporting innovations, which are here and now, right? Let's introduce, I don't know, some new tool, some new feature, etc., etc. And in order to kind of, all I have to do is to build balanced portfolio of that. So it is when you say innovations for the sake of innovations, what I hear is that you have, most probably, you have 85% of these disruptive innovations, and only 15% of in your portfolio of supporting innovations, right? So think of it as a kind of investment portfolio, right? kind of not a really good idea, right? To invest all your money to Bitcoin or whatever. I know that, you know, many guys think that is a good idea, but still, very risky one. So, and you know, it's the same with this portfolio of innovations. So you need to properly balance it. In order to properly balance it, you need to have ROIs. You need to have approve basically agreement between you and your CEO regarding how much we want, what's our risk appetite at the moment. Is it 5%? Is it 15% or whatever? Once I have this number, like for example, our CEO says like, okay, we can go with 10% of disruptive innovations. And those ones, you know, that's totally fine that they are innovations for the sake of innovations. You need only one disruptive innovations out of, I don't know, like 10, 20 to work out, to pull it off in order to make this effective.
Yeah, that's a great breakdown. So I really appreciate that. But to put you on the spot to follow up with that, in iGaming right now, you know, what innovations can you see at the moment, without predicting anything that hasn't happened yet, but anything at the moment, kind of either from great tech or industry wise, that could really change the industry?
I'm really looking forward. I've seen, I will not put names here, but anyway, I've seen some CRMs which integrated AI agents really, really well and seamlessly to their product. So basically, you can either have a real person behind the back office of this customer support tool, or you can just configure AI agent there. So I think that's the most I would say useful at the moment. You know, integration of these kind of AI technologies to the industry. What I'm really looking for is to see some organizations, and maybe we're also thinking about this, which would kind of integrate agentic systems, not one like AI agents, right? But the teams of agents. So that would be really nice to see. I'm looking forward to, you know, some products to emerge in this area.
Yeah. Final question from me, sort of following on from that, but specifically from great tech, not necessarily innovation wise, but generally technology, AI innovation, everything that we've discussed. What more can we look forward to from you guys for the rest of 2025?
Product wise, we are extending the tools that were given out to our clients. So we will have very soon enough a set of APIs for our sportsbook. So any client can build any kind of consume channel they want, like applications, I don't know, anything like that. We're working on the seamless crypto platform. So what I mean by that is we're introducing a lot of features that will support the market segment for the crypto players. So to play in any cryptocurrency, any games you want, etc., etc. And we're going to extend our offering in AI products with different recommendation models and stuff like that.
A few different focuses there, plenty to look forward to. Best of luck with everything, and I'm sure we're going to speak again. And before then, there'll probably be a few innovations, a few AI developments that we can reflect on. But for now, Artur, thanks for joining me. I really enjoyed the conversation.
Thanks, Tim. Me too. And always nice to talk to you.
Yeah, likewise. And to our viewers as well, thanks for watching.